This is the Clark Connection Podcast, where 12 years of coaching championships meets real-world leadership. Coach Clark broke through at the highest levels. Now he's bringing you the playbook. Every week, real leaders, real wins. Real strategies you can use Monday morning. If you're done with theory and ready for results, this is your show. You in? Let's go!
Yeah, let's go. As my man AP said, you got it right here, guys. That you're in Ask the Coach Live with the Clark Connection podcast. That it doesn't get any better than this. That as we get the week kicked off, such a great week going on. And so look, we're going to talk about today. Why do leaders struggle? And specifically, why are you struggling as a leader? And it's not going to be what you think, okay? It's not going to be what you're used to, what you want something to hear. That I'm going to give you the one key thing that if you don't have this, it's one key thing, you cannot do this, all right? You can't lead if you are not taking control of this one key thing. All right. Now, before we get into that, want to give a couple quick shout outs. First off, the Vicky Hubbard with Hubbard Flooring Studio. They love. They was the best in Baton Rouge. So if you're in the Baton Rouge area in South Louisiana, hit up Vicky. We only work with the best here. That another one that I got to thank, Brian with Steadfast Electric. We went out. He had a crawfish boil this weekend. They brought home the first place paddle. So, I mean, that's what we do right here, guys. Clark Connection Podcast. We win. We help you win. They join in with us on that. Make sure you're sharing this with people. They get them on here. Now, they Bobby with the Comfy Quest. They hit her up. Dr. Bob. Look, I can't recommend those two enough. How much they've helped me and impacted my personal life. I mean, this time last year, I was about 240 pounds. Right now, this morning, I was 194. Yeah, you do the math. That's how much weight I've lost with Dr. Bob. But then keeping me right, keeping me mentally there and going. Bobby with her craniosacral therapy. And then look, you need to implement a system. Hit up my boy, Andrew with Automate Integrate. And look, speaking about that, Brian with Steadfast, he does in-home generate. He does backup generators. We're just a month away from hurricane season starting. Look, go ahead and hit him up. He's supposed to come on the show, and we're going to talk about the importance of getting your generator now and not waiting until a week or so before the storm, because it takes about a month to get everything going. Hit him up. You won't regret it. Okay, guys? Now, other things that we need to make sure. Look, I've got a new episode dropping this week. Senator Rick Edmonds. If you hadn't watched the one from last week with Aaron Parkett, the AP is awesome. Geez. That's so cool to remember. And he even posted, go find it on social media. He found it. He posted it of when we were back in high school, mugged up in the locker room. If you hadn't seen it, you got to go find me on social media and go watch it or go look at it. It's at least worth going to look at because AP, man. Oh, man. I got to tell you, that was... Jeez. Blast from the past. Where to find me? So places to look. Oh, yeah. That's what I was talking about. The new episode, Senator Rick Edmonds. Look, he's going to go through and talk about delegation and the importance of rallying the troops and get people on the same page. Phenomenal start to and actually going to come out Wednesday at 3:30. Gosh, such a good episode. And if you got anybody else that's running for that public office, and they want to get on and get their story out, please, hook me up. Send me their way. I would love to bring them on as a guest of the podcast. And another thing. So I'll also, if you are in the Baton Rouge area, that on Wednesday for lunch, that Bethany at the South Campus, their main campus right there at I-10, right off I-10 and Segan Lane, they are hosting a leadership marketplace lunch. They go there. It's a great place to be. You'll find me there. I'll be there mingling. It's the best way to get to know people is to just get there and just go, like, get around the campfire. And then another one that you want to put in your calendars that is, I will be speaking at the Los Angeles Tribune Leadership Week. It starts May 1st and goes until May 7th. Okay. They haven't given me my time, but what you want to do so you don't miss out on any of this. Okay. Now let's see. I'm going to put this in there. You want to go to this link and go sign up. It's free to sign up and it's virtual. So I mean, you don't even have to get out of your PJs if you don't want to get out of your PJs. But go get on there, okay? That you want to do that. That because I'm going to be talking about one of the things that we're talking about today. What I'm teaching there is the top 5 things that new leaders and not so new leaders get wrong. But this one that we're going to be talking about tonight is why do people struggle when they get into leadership, okay? And everybody's got their strategy, and you've got all the books. And believe me, there are a lot of great books. And everybody's got all of this advice. But why are we still struggling? Why are we still struggling to lead other people? And I'm going to tell you. And it all goes back, if you go to when we did the March Madness and we picked our best book, we chose the book that best represented that from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And the thing that you're not doing right is you're trying to lead people without leading yourself. And I'm going to make it plain. You're trying to hold your team accountable and you struggle with it because you don't hold you accountable. We've known this principle forever, okay? That this has been taught from the beginning of time. Look, and Jesus even talks about it. Hey, you got to get the plank out of your own eye before you talk about getting the speck out of your brother's eye. This wasn't just spiritual advice. That's leadership. You cannot lead people if you're not leading yourself first. And so that's where we struggle. And look, this is coming to me that from, I had something else. Somebody was asking about mentorship, but this one kind of hit me. I was getting doing my coaching session. I was working on a project and I was telling my coach how I was struggling with this project. And he said, Aaron, you know what the problem is? I was like, no, it enlightened me, man. I'm ready to know. And he said, you're the problem, allowing yourself to not get this stuff done by finding any other excuse. Oh, well, somebody gave me a phone call, or, it was a client that reached out to me, or, my dog ate my homework. Fill in the blank. He said, it's you, that you are allowing you to not do the work. And so I'm going to throw that right back at you guys. If you're struggling to lead right now, it's because you don't hold you accountable. I want you to think about that real quick. And so you may be thinking, all right, well, no, Aaron, let me tell you about them. Let me tell you about my team and their performance. Okay, great. Show me your standards. I'll wait. Oh, you want to talk about their consistency or inconsistency? Show me your discipline. You want to show accountability? Show me your system. Because right now, you're not where you want to be, not from a lack of information, but because you refuse to hold yourself to a higher standard. And it's one thing that I talk with about on to any and all of my people I work with. When I talk with them, a lot of times we as the leader, we refuse to hold ourselves to that same standard that we want to hold our team to. And guess what? They see it. They know it. They know when you aren't being real. They know when you aren't doing it. Like, go look. Why does somebody like whether you love him or hate him, Bill Belichick always gets the best out of his people? Why? Because he holds himself a higher standard than you hold yourself to, and then he holds you. Same thing. Nick Saban. Nick Saban is arguably the best coach ever. And it's because he holds himself to a higher standard than you can hold him to. So Lane Kiffin tells a story one time about that they just won a championship. And they on the way out, Coach Saban's telling them, look, we got a coaches meeting tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. I'm like, Coach, we just won the national championship. What do you mean? And he said, I said we have a meeting 7 a.m. Enjoy yourselves tonight. I'll see you at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So the next morning they kind of roll in, and Lane, being the smart aleck that he is, said, all right, Coach, why are we here, man? We just won the chip. And Nick said, we're 3 weeks behind everybody else in recruiting. That's why we have a meeting today. Now, you don't get to you don't become a national championship by being 3 weeks behind. We got work to do. And so we all have the same thing to go. We have to hold ourselves to that standard. And so at some point, stop thinking of yourself like an employee in your life. Put on your CEO hat, set the standard, create the structure, and enforce accountability. Not on others, but on yourself. Hold it to yourself first. And it goes back to, I told y'all I'm going to be talking at the LA Tribune Leadership Week, the 5 biggest mistakes leaders make. It's from a lot of misalignment. And I go in deeper on there than I will on here. And so as we're going through, if you're having any more questions on leadership and whatnot, for as far as that, drop them in the chat. Let me know that what you're thinking as we're going through that, because with mine came from that meeting with a coach today. That this is why I tell everybody, you need a coach. You need a coach. That because if you won't hold yourself accountable, how do you hold everybody else accountable? We all want everybody else to get training and teaching and whatever else. But if we refuse to hold ourselves accountable, that's just not cool. And so how do you hold yourself accountable? All right. So we're talking about that you're struggling because you won't hold yourself accountable, but what do you got to do? So the first thing, set clear expectations. Set clear expectations for yourself. And then you can set them for your team. That's what it was in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's why I love that book so much, is it talks about you've got to take care of you, and then you can take care of others. And so right now, you want to be, because you refuse to hold yourself accountable. And I mean, how do you go do that? I mean, how do you invest in this? Well, spend time. Invest in your personal growth. Go to leadership luncheons. Join a BNI group. Go to other things where other leaders are, like-minded people are, where they're trying to learn and grow. Look up in your area. There are tons of leadership conferences taking place. Go to a sales conference. Go to anything like that. Go work harder on you. than you do on anybody else. And then I would say, get you a coach. If you don't have a coach yet, then you need one. Everybody needs a coach. That the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan, had his own coach. All of these top leaders, they have mentors, they have coaches, they have people that are looking out for them. Okay. And it's important to know this, that because we don't rise to the level of our expectations, we fall to the level of our systems and our preparation. And so if you aren't preparing yourself to be ready to be a leader, that to have everything you need, those systems and whatnot in place, they hit me up. I would love to help you on this journey to become a better leader. It's why I started this whole thing. I love helping people that to better themselves. So with that, guys, just do it. Like whatever it is that you're working on, and when you're trying to set that standard, you hold yourself to that standard first. Just do it. Do the work. Doing something is better than doing nothing. You can't fix nothing. You can fix stuff you mess up, but you can't fix nothing. I was like, try saying that. That's a hard one to say. And look there, I mean, just in the Baton Rouge area, just this week, the Bethany, the Leadership Marketplace lunch, phenomenal one to go to. They go there. All you got to do is sign up. I think it's $25. They're going to give you a great meal, and you're going to get to listen to a great leader speak. They're going to give you a 15-minute lesson on how to apply leadership to your business for $25. I want to say, I don't remember. We had a Superior Grill last time. I think it was Superior Grill. So, I mean, you got great food. And then you got to hang out, you connect, you network with people. It's an hour of your time. They go do that. Go find they've got several other groups. Okay. It's not just this. Watch the Clark Connection podcast. You're going to get to see a great episode this week. Last week's was great. And we've got several coming up. I'm going to be doing the following week. Going to be a special episode towards the mothers. It's a Mother's Day special that we're going to do. We've got so many things going on. Make sure you're following us on social media. If you're not following the Clark Connection podcast or me, Coach A. Clark, then make sure you go do that. We have all sorts of stuff out there and available for you to listen in a lot of great things. And then go sign up for the LA Leadership Week. Guys, it's free. It's 7 days. It's free. And I mean, from the lineup of speakers that are on there, I know what I charge to speak at an event. And there are several that are on there that are way more than me. And we're going to be giving that knowledge to you. The LA Tribune is covering, making it free to you. You just have to show up. That's all it costs is your time. And that's why you are struggling to lead others. It's because you won't lead yourself. So if you're thinking, oh, it's at an inconvenient time or blah, 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 that's probably why you're struggling. And it's because and it all comes back to you refuse to hold you accountable. When my team struggles, it's because I refuse to hold me accountable. So hold yourself accountable first. If you want something done, you do it first. You set the pace. You set the example because your team is watching and they're going to do what you want them, or they're going to do what you do, not do what you want them to do. They're going to do what you do. So set that pace, set the tone, make it happen. And if you need help getting that started and don't even know where to go, hit me up. I do a free discovery call to see how we can help set a plan in motion for you to help you get better. You just got to click on that link below. It'll take you to my email, aaron@coachaclark.com, and I have a free discovery call. You book your time, and then we talk, and we get that going, and we set up a plan just for you. Now, before I get off, does anybody? Wasn't even watching chat. Questions come through. Did anybody have any questions before I get going? So what's it about? We're talking about why you struggle as a leader. Anything else? Anything else? I don't see anything. Yeah, that's the biggest thing is you just got to hold you accountable. If you don't hold you accountable, it's never going to work. It doesn't matter. You can hire the greatest coach in the world. You could have myself, Grant Cardone, Myron Goldman, Inky Johnson. You could have all these great coaches. You could have Nick Saban, but if you don't want to hold yourself accountable, it doesn't matter. It's not happening. It's just not. It all starts with you. That's why they tell you on the plane, put your mask on. If in case of emergency, put your mask on first and then help somebody else. And so, awesome. Well, guys, if you have any other questions throughout the week, send them to us. You can direct DM them straight to me on any of the socials, or you can fill out that Google form that we have on Ask the Coach Live. We bring these are you, the questions that you have. And so remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. So keep leading, keep learning, keep asking questions, and I'll see you next week on Ask the Coach Live. Bye, everyone.